Hi guys, so sorry for being a bit late. Some technical issues, as you could probably see there. But we're here now. We're here. So I'm going to get straight into it today, guys. Don't want to hang about, keep you waiting. Do you like the hair? Had a new haircut? Huh? Cool. Yeah. I am a fashion guru, you know. Right. So the subject today, and it's something that is put around a lot out there. Um, but you have to understand why this is so. And the thing that I'm going to talk about is failing, 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 and being a failure. Okay, there's differences. You might have failed, but it does not mean you're a failure. Okay, now when you're working online, and one of the things that people motivationally keep saying to you is, you know, you learn by your failures, or you learn by your mistakes. The things that fails are just stepping stones, learning curves. They are. But if you're thinking about coming into the business, or you're just in the business, I call it business the industry of network marketing, and you're promoting products, services, whatever online, okay, um, then it's hard for you maybe to sort of understand that, because you might have done a job that in your eyes you just do, that's your job, whatever it is. And so no, I don't fail at that. So here's an example, guys, right? Let's just say that let's say you're a tradesman. Okay, I trained as an electrician, so in fact I'm going to use things that I've done. Okay, so I trained as an electrician. Now you may be an electrician right now, okay, and you may have been doing it for 20 years, and you may know it inside out and backwards. Okay, in that situation, and you may be where you want to be. Okay, in your situation as an electrician, you have succeeded. You haven't. Okay, but I want you to go back and think along when you started out, when you were given your first task. Okay, as an apprentice electrician, or as electrician's mate, or whatever it was back in the day. Okay. Oh, we're back. Something happened there. We all disappeared. Are we back? Yeah, we are. No, we've gone again. What is happening? Are we back? Yeah, right. Okay. So, um, let's say that you were given the job of, let's say, put pinning a cable. You're working somewhere, and you're going to pin a cable. Let's say in a loft. Okay, we've got wooden beams, and we're going to pin that cable, and you're told to go from A to B. Okay, so off you go, and you get your hammer out, and you get your clips out, and you boom, 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 and you look at it, and it's going from A to B, just like you were told to do, and you're like, wow, the governor's going to be so happy with what I've done here. I've done exactly what he's asked me. I've got from A to B, and he told me to go along that beam there, down there. Don't go across any bits, show me bits not to go across, show me what I had to. And I followed that route exactly as he said, and proud as punch, fantastic. Now, the governor comes back, and he takes a look at it, and he says, it's not quite right. And you think, why is it not right? I've gone from A and I've gone to B. Why is it not quite right? And he says, right, you've done it, but you've it's wiggling, and you've got clips different ways round, and they're all different lengths apart. Well, that's a mess. Well, you didn't tell me about that, and it's in a loft. Who's going to see it? And he says, that's not the point. Everything we do has got to be perfect. And he then shows you how to, using your hammer. There's your hammer. Here's the old trick. Okay, you've got your clip. Distance between clips is the length of a hammer, or whatever it's going to be. So you boom, 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 measure. boom, 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 measure, boom, 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 right? And you use the hammer butt or a bit of wood to straighten it all out as you go. So it's nice and straight, evenly spaced, looks a lot better. You've learned, you've failed at what you attempted to do properly the first time. Didn't mean you were a failure, you just failed at getting that right. You were shown how to do it, and you went and you learned and you listened, and you succeeded in that stage. So far you've succeeded in that, okay? So in small steps, you fail, you succeed, you fail, you succeed, okay? Now, if you gave up when you got that wrong first time round, and you went, this is no, you didn't tell me that, that's rubbish, blah, 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 it's going from there, it goes to there, like you said, no one's going to see it, you're talking nonsense, then you're a failure. You're a failure because you didn't learn by what you didn't get right, and you didn't put it right and move forward. You were still in the same space where, in fact, you were going backwards because you're now arguing with your governor, okay? And you could walk out of that stage and give up your apprenticeship, and that's it. You goosed. You failed. You are a failure when it comes to that career, okay? Another example. You may be a medic, okay? Now, let's say that you turn up somewhere and you know how to do something, okay? And you turn up at this scene of something that's happened, and someone's got a gaping open wound, okay? And they need some help straight away. Now, you've been trained. You are a fully trained medic, okay? And you know the procedures for what you do for that, okay? Now, the first thing you do is you're going to grab yourself a bandage or a swab or something, and you're going to get it on, then you get some pressure on that wound, okay? And you're going to hopefully stop that bleeding, okay? Now, what happens if that bleeding doesn't stop? If that bandage or that swab gets soaked through in like 5 seconds, what do you do as a professional? What do you do as someone who succeeded through all their exams and their training? You get another swab and you put that on, don't you? And you apply that pressure again. Okay. What happens if that gets full? What happens if that's stained with blood in another 5 seconds? Your training tells you to get another swab, doesn't it? And so on. And 5, I think, was the recommended one in my day. Okay. And you put your pressure on. Now, let's say that they all get soaked through with blood, okay? And I'm sure this is too gory for some people. What are you going to do then? Do you just go, oh, it's not worth it? We can't stop it. Just go off and do something else. Look at someone else. Yeah, it's not. We can't do anything. And you let that person bleed out and die. Is that what you're going to do? No, because your training tells you probably need a tourniquet. So you get a tourniquet and you put a tourniquet on. Now, my point here is that if at the first point you put that swab on, it's soaked through you, you're a failure. You are a failure because you can do better and you know you can, but you gave up. Okay. The whole point about failing is giving up. Okay. So you are a failure because you gave up. So all that training you did, that person died now because you didn't carry out what you knew to do properly. So you are a failure at that, okay? If putting all those swabs on and then the tourniquet doesn't stop that poor person from perishing, you have not failed. Now, what you might do is you might go, what could we have done next time what could we have done that might change the situation? You can reflect on it. Now, sometimes you can't do anything, and sometimes you can, okay? And this all reflects back to network marketing as well. What I'm pointing out is when you get to a stage and you just give up, you failed, you're a failure. If you tried it and it doesn't work, and you try the next stage, or you keep trying to perfect yourself and you move on, then you're not failing, you're learning, okay? You get it wrong. You know, I'm going to give you a little example here. I'm probably rambling here and getting a bit confused. You're getting confused, but here's an example that actually happened to me today. Okay. I I I I approached somebody, um, asking them if they'd like to take a look at my opportunity, my not my opportunity, my if they'd like to earn some extra money, and if they did, could I show them how? Okay, using social media because that's what I do. Oh, which reminds me, guys, where is it? Give us a like, share, whatever. If you're looking on YouTube, give us a subscribe and a like. If you're on Facebook, give us a like and a follow, and likewise wherever else we might be. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, so I approached this person. Said, would do you know anyone, or would you be interested in earning extra income using social media? I'm happy to show you what to do. Let me know. Blah blah blah. And the person came back and said, "Yeah, come show us." So I sent them a video. Now, this is a bit two-way actually, because I learned something from it. Okay, I did, and I put it into action straight away. So if that person is watching, if you're watching, you know what you said. Although slightly insulting, I did take on board. Anyway, so this person, instead of watched the video, instead of coming back and saying, "Look, do you know what? It's not for me." Blah blah blah. They came back and threw an insult at me about the industry. It was a very naive insult, by the way, because you mentioned the pyramid, of which there's no such thing anymore, and it's illegal anyway, which was a direct insult to me, because, I think, well, if you think that's what I would be involved in, thank you very much. And then they slated my video, okay, which I thought was great, okay, but so I went back to her, I said, look, listen, throw two insults at me, you ain't going to get, oh, then they offered me their services, okay, as a video person, a voiceover, and everything like that. Now, excuse me, I went back to him and said, like, listen, you throw two insults at me, you expect me to then you ask me if you could do some work for me. I said, it ain't gonna work, is it? We had a little chat. The guy was very decent guy, took it on board, I think. Also let it in one ear and out the other. But I said, listen, it's not gonna work like that. And we left anyway. We parted our conversation. Him taking on board, I think, what I'd said. So, hopefully he learned that from next time. But I also came away from it learning something. I thought, right, do you know what? Maybe that video that I thought was so good ain't so good. So I changed it. I got someone who did not. So I got someone who had done a much better um, video than me, and it's a lot better looking as well. She really is. So, and also I work a lot with the States, and she's from America, which so the Cockney accent doesn't sort of come across as a shock. That's the immediate thing. So I took on board what he said. Unfortunately, because he came to me the wrong way. Well, I didn't have any work for him anyway, to be honest with you, because we've got professional corporate do videos and that anyway that I can use. I just decided to be a bit more personal on mine. But I saw, we both learned something from that. Now, what could have happened is I could have gone, you're talking tripe, blah, 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 and moved on. And I would have kept putting that video out of mine, and I would have kept getting insults. And a lot of people, but the worst thing is, it's the ones who didn't insult me just went, no. I could have gone on for a long time putting that video out. But I thought, well, no, I've learned. I failed in my video attempt at making a video. I failed. But I'm not a failure because I've learned from it and I've now replaced that, and I did it straight away, guys. Okay. So there you go. That's a good example of where something actually happened to me. And so the guy was a very decent fella. And I wish him all the luck in the world in what he's doing. And if you're watching this, hats off to you for the way you handled it. Guys, that's what I'm trying to say. Don't give up. And if you come into this profession, if you come in, and it is a profession, guys, it's the biggest one in the world, believe it or not, network marketing. The industry is a multi-billion-dollar a year industry, bigger than TV and movies, bigger than football, bigger than anything like that, guys. It's massive. Okay. Now, it will be hard work, and you will hit obstacles along the way. You will hit walls. Okay. But just remember, when you've messaged a million people and all you got was an insult back. Don't give up. Okay, and it's taken me years to become hard like this. Yeah, and yeah, I gave up and came back in. Okay, and I'm giving this advice and I'm trying to put it in context because a lot of, like I say, network marketers do go, you know, you haven't failed, you've learned, and don't worry, you know, just keep going. But I don't give you any scenarios. So, you know, there's some scenarios for you. And what I'm saying to you is you have to be ready for it because you are going to hit obstacles. There's no way in this world, even the most professional network marketer will not hit obstacles. It is impossible, guys. Okay, and you're going to hit them. Even if you're in network marketing now, maybe you're a veteran. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So be prepared and just be ready to go back to somebody who can help you, you know, to your upline or their upline, whoever is the next person you trust and can help you and is there for you, okay? But above all, learn by yourself, learn by your own mistakes, okay? They're not mistakes, they're just learning curves, okay? And then keep battling on. When you get no, insult, insult, blah, blah, just keep going because the rewards that are on the other side are way greater than anything else that you could ever do. Okay, you know, it's a bit, you know, God bless them, you know, ambulance crews and stuff like that, and our hospital staff, nurses and doctors, you know, and hats off to every single one of them. But they get insulted, and they, you know, it would be so easy for them to turn away. They'll get patients cursing them, you know, and they get what they do is incredible. And at any point they can go, this is too much for me, and many do, and I don't blame them for it. But the ones that keep going, do you know what? I'm going to keep going, and they come on through it, and bush, they're there now. They will get their rewards in the work that they do in the gift they give in life. Okay, and that's as far as they go. They may get a pay rise every now and again, but that's as far as they go, guys. So they're succeeding and overcoming obstacles and fighting through it for the joy of what they do, and that's their only real reward is the happiness it gives them. Okay, of saving a life, prolonging a life, or fixing a body, or whatever they're doing. Okay, now if you're a network marketer, we are not in that career. Okay, we have a much greater joy, and that greater joy is to help other people. No, it's not much greater joy, what I'm on about, but it's different joy. We're able to help a lot of people to achieve the lifestyles that they want, achieve the freedom they want, to achieve the small income they want. They might want an extra £200 a month. They might want those nurses or doctors. They might want £200, £500 a month, something like that, just to, you know, put away or to have a night out once a month or something. Okay, they may want bigger things and better things. We are able to do that because there is no limit to how far we can go in network marketing, how much we can succeed in network marketing. And the truth is, the more people we help, okay, the further we will go. Because once we help them on that journey, they will carry us further as well. And so, you know, when you hit those obstacles, just believe in yourself and remember that if you give up, not only do you fail, but you let a lot of other people who potentially you could have helped to succeed. Okay. Anyway, guys, hopefully someone will watch this on the thing. I don't know what Facebook are playing at, but it's really bad. They're not showing anything anymore. It's really going downhill. But anyway, guys, if you're watching this in a replay, give us a thumbs up, give us some help, give us some comments. It all helps me to boost those algorithms. And likewise on YouTube, you know, subscribe, whatever, or give us a like at least. Give us some shares, guys. Really helps me. I really appreciate it. And if you've got any questions or any comments, bash them in the comments. That's what the comments are there for, guys. So have a great day, and I will catch up with you. I'm here every day because I'm on a 10-day challenge, and it's fun, and it's going well, guys. Now that I've got my head around it. So, and it's not just doing lives; it's like multitude of things. It's great fun, though. So I'll catch up with you tomorrow, and thanks for joining me.